Well, what do you know? We're still trying to take Antwerp. It still hasn't been taken by von Bülow. Although I have no doubt that he will conquer this area very, very soon here. And in fact, I'll send some air units to assist. But more importantly, I want to make sure that we're prepared on this line. You see, we've got to try to take the rest of Belgium. And there have been some really interesting suggestions as to how to do that. But most of them are going to be moving through Lille, up through Ypres, and completely cutting off the Belgians right here, specifically cutting off this railway into the rest of Belgium. So I think that's a really good idea. I am going to advance here with Wilhelm von Proben, not even going to put him in an offensive position or anything like that, but I would like to make sure that he gets there on time, no matter what. So, let's see if we can move by rail. It's still going to be 15 days, it looks like. There's really no way to speed up this guy's movement. As for this fellow right here, Alexander von Kluck, and I really underestimated him. I thought he was pretty awful, but he is actually amazing. I'm going to take von Kluck and actually head south. We're going to leave Walter von Bergmann right where he is. I think he's doing a great job, but we are going to take von Hausen, and we've got to do something about Sedan. We could either attack Sedan or stay put with von Hausen. Man, it's a tough choice. It really is. Because he could be quite useful, but at the same time, I'm not really sure I want to take him away from this front line. This is already a pretty dangerous front line. We've had some back and forth here. I mean, if we're taking a look over here, for instance, we've managed to actually take one of the German areas. Or actually, excuse me, one of the French areas. And we could go on to Nancy, maybe take it with these two generals. I highly doubt it. So it's really something I am considering, at least bringing up some additional generals to help with Belgium. Stay put. Let's see if they have any more squads here. Nobody that can come with us. So let's just hold off for now. I'm just going to take a look and see if we have any sort of options that we could use. I don't believe so. Since this is one of the smaller campaigns, it's just 1914 on the Western Front, pretty much. So let's just go ahead, end the turn, and see how we do, folks. I'm going to still move around a bit more. You know what? I'll move these guys up. That'll make me feel a little safer. And taking Von Quest here, what we really need to do is merge a lot of these other armies with Von Quest. So I'm going to go ahead and move this army there. I'm going to try to make him move by rail. It should only take 3 days. And I'm going to take Von Quest off that offensive track. Let's just keep him right there. And let's really hope that von Bülow breaks through this time. We needed von Bülow. Best of luck to the rest of our men. Let's go. And there we go, guys. On day 15 of all days, right at the end of the turns, we did get a German victory here against King Albert of Belgium. Now, he still has a huge amount of forces, and so do we. That battle's going to have to continue for a next turn, but I'd say that's pretty great. The Battle of Charleroi, a victory there for Alexander von Kluck. And let's see if we actually hold the area, or if they remain there. I'm certain they'll remain there. We're going to have to grab von Hausen and move him up. That's just the only way. I knew von Hausen was going to have to join this conflict eventually. I just didn't know how soon, and he can actually get there quite quickly. I'm also going to put him on an offensive posture if I can. No luck. So let's take Walter von Bergmann. I hate to do this, but we're going to have to leave this area. You know what? We'll stay put. If we lose, no, it's not the end of the world. Let's maybe move this guy up. Move this guy over into the woods. That's still going to be a bit confusing, but we'll try to make it work. How about that? We'll just try to make it work. My main focus is Belgium, and it looks like our men just won't... oh, there we go. So we've taken Antwerp. We can't take out the supply depot here, though. So what I'm going to do is from Antwerp, I'm going to go ahead and put him back on an offensive posture. And I think going straight into Genk is crazy. It's just insane. We can't go to Ypres. Then again, if we're going to do something insane, von Bülow would be the man to do it. 17 days to there. What if we just went straight to Ghent? Still 17 days. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I am going to actually move down this way and just get across in Mechelin. Then we'll decide what to do next turn. We've still got time. The rest of these guys can stay put, I'm pretty sure. 1824. We could move some more units into this army. Let's try to actually get that unit to move into the army as quickly as possible. And over here, I really think that von Hausen is going to be the key. Now, with von Proben, we have taken the Tournai area, or at least We're currently in control of it, and even Lille looks really, really weak at this moment. But of course, our focus has to be Belgium. So I'm going to put them on an offensive posture if I can. If not, I'm even considering building a depot here. Doesn't look like we need to, but we're just going to stay put here. We're going to try to cut off their road completely. I think that's the most important thing we can do at this moment. And with von Bülow, next turn we could very well attack. That's certainly something we could do eventually here. Don't really want to unlock any guns. There's nothing here that I need to actually do. A Zeppelin raid would be wonderful, but we don't have that ability right now. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for now, folks. We'll end the turn, hope for the best. Let's take a look here at the overlay screen. So this will actually show us the owner of all the key regions. Yeah, they still have this part of Belgium. We don't completely control it. So you know what else I'm considering doing is taking von Proben and trying to take Mons out. It would be easy to take this other area, and while he's in movement, he could very well have a contact with the enemy. So let's do that. Get him off the move by rail, because he's not going to be moving by rail anyway. And I'll try to move this minor general over here. If we have any generals that could get here quickly from the south, I wouldn't mind using them, like von Zeilander here. He could actually merge with that general and be pretty potent force here in Morange. So let's see if we can get him up here. That's amazing. In 10 turns, we're going to have the Bay Corps arriving to assist us. Alright guys, we'll end the turn again. I always try to skip the end turn phase because it can be pretty tedious in this game. So that's why we're having these like cuts in between. I hope you guys don't mind, but we'll return if we have any contacts. Alright guys, look at that. It looks like the British Expeditionary Force led by Lord Kitchener attacked us, and they've got 333,000 men. That is just frightening, as well as a tremendous amount of tanks here. They are being assisted by Castelnau and Julemont. That's just amazing. And as you can see here, we lost 10,000, the enemy 9,000, but without a doubt, we were the losers in this fight. And it seems that they really didn't do much with von Proben. They didn't attack him much, but he bled quite a lot of resources during this fight. So I'm thinking von Bülow is going to have to go for a direct attack, especially in a situation like this. We only have so many choices. We either have to go for a direct attack over this way, or go for a direct attack across the actual river here. It's also very muddy ground. I'm just not sure it's going to be safe. Taking a look here, our power is significantly higher, supposedly, but that could be wrong. I think we need to go for Tournai. We've got to go for Tournai. So I am going to move in to Tournai. I was trying to go directly there. Is that not working? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Come on. 20 days. It's amazing that it's going to take us that long to get there, but so be it. 2 days to get there. That's more like it. And I want to go for Tournai. No! Damn it. The system can be really annoying sometimes. Just saying. I'm just saying. What if we go for Tournai like this? No, it won't work. So then again, taking Ghent would give us back the rail yard. I'm going for it. I'm going for Ghent. No surrender, no retreat. We've got to be aggressive here. The problem is he probably won't get in here this turn. I'm also going to go for Ghent from this area here. It'll take us 10 days with the 1st Army Corps. So let's move in with the 1st Army Corps, and we'll do the same with the 9th Army Corps. 9 days, and once again, so we're going for a full-out offensive. There's just no other way to do it. If we can, I'll go ahead and get a supply depot with von Proben. If not, I'm going to leave him there, and hopefully he gets that supply depot up himself. We're also arriving with von Hausen, and I want to be extremely aggressive. So just all over the place here, we're going for offensives. At this point, once von Hausen gets here, we can go for Mons as well. So we'll go for a double attack here, and hopefully this is enough to really wrap the enemy up. I'm not sure it is, though. I'm not sure it is, speaking honestly. I'm even tempted to go ahead and carry out the attack over here. I don't think the enemy will be expecting it, so we're going to go to Nancy and try and take back the forts of Nancy. Again, I'm not saying it's a good idea or even a possible one, but we'll see what happens. Now, I'm actually going to let this turn play out because I want to see the movement of the enemy squad, and I want you guys to see the movement of the enemy as well here, because this turn it's going to be very important. see if we can't take out Lord Kitchener, potentially get a victory against him. I just don't know if it can happen. Get those bayonets ready, men. For Germany. Definitely looks like we could take Ghent. If we can get there in time, we can certainly take it. But of course, we're going to be attacking across a canal, and that is going to greatly reduce our combat effectiveness. Now, over here, look at that massive battle, guys. A victory at Charleroi. 65,000 men lost on our side. Talk about a Pyrrhic victory. But we did knock out 47,000 of John D. French's men, but that 65,000 loss will be remembered by the nation for a long time to come. And as you can see, we've got all these Army Corps, even the Nord Sea Division, the reserve divisions involved in the fighting here. We had a very high hit probability. So it looks like our positioning was pretty good here, except for a few artillery pieces. Well done, von Kluck. And it is also raining in the woods. I'm guessing that's what led to such dramatic differences in casualties. A lot of confusion during this battle. Keep in mind that many battles at the time, there was definitely friendly fire. I would expect that was a big part of that fight. Here we go. Von Bülow, you must be our savior. Von Kluck as well. We need him to keep on hanging on. How did Munchausen lose so many points? That is just insane. He lost a tremendous amount of points there. Okay, von Bülow is fighting Lord Kitchener, and it's not looking good for von Bülow, I don't think. That's going to be a German defeat at Ghent. We did manage to deal a decisive blow to the enemy, knocking out 58,835 of Kitchener's men. But as you can see here, I mean, look at the numbers here. 407,000. It says it's clear, but it's raining, so I'm guessing it's just flat and raining. Just a brutal day for both. Just imagine over 100,000 casualties in one day. And once again, they're pushing here on our buddy von Kluck, and von Kluck held on, guys. This is incredible. Von Kluck held on to the very end, killing 39,616 and holding Depot. I just love it, and I think, I'm not sure if you guys watched the first episode. If you did, you would have seen I was talking, you know what, about von Kluck for a long time. I've had really bad experiences with him in previous Let's Plays, but he's doing really well here. He's holding his own. And it might also be because he's got von Liesingen, von Bohn, von Kirchbach, von Hausen. All of these guys are helping him in this fight. I think without them, he probably wouldn't perform as well. Now, this was my crazy attack. Not the greatest thing I've done. German defeat at the forts of Nancy. I'm not surprised at all. But it was a glorious defeat. We lost like 80% of our forces. It would have been a brutal day for this army. We wiped out 28,802 Frenchmen. I'd like to think we put a dent in the French armor, but that was a complete waste. Here we go, another battle, and it's at Ghent against Einem, and he also lost to Kitchener. So I was going to say von Kitchener. It's just looking like we're not going to be able to get across that river and take this area back. But of course, anything can happen. There's still a lot to be played. There's still a lot of turns to go. Well, not a lot of turns to go, but there's still a lot we could do with our existing amount of men. So let me know what you guys think we should do, and I will absolutely take everything into account. I really do like, especially with AGEODS titles, for somebody to backseat general. It helps tremendously, and you can see that winter has arrived, so without a doubt this is going to change things. But I think we've got to take von Kluck, we've got to take von Proben and do something here. I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to get across and take Ghent, just because that river crossing is brutal, to put it quite simply. But we've got to consider just, other avenues of approach and kind of go from there. We also can't forget that we've got von Bülow right here. I think he's going to have to build a depot. He's got all this useful artillery, etc. And especially during winter time, our guys are going to need a depot to restock on necessary supplies. So I'm going to put him to work doing that. But again, I'm going to let you guys decide what our next move is here. We're in early December, and it's early January when this campaign ends. So I really do want to come out on top. As a last part here to the video, I will show you guys the casualties so far. I'm curious myself. So it looks like casualties on our side, 321,350. We have 28,900 Entente prisoners, and we've wiped out 392,962 of the Entente's men. That being said, we still have a lot of work to do. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.